Mansi, don't I look like I'm a part of an Italian mob? I did that up.
I have to shoot this one more time. Ugh.
We know English.
There's no time to eat.
Wait. Cut.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Mansi Kaushik and I am a freshman at UCLA. I make content related to college applications, IB, lifestyle, any other stuff I might think of on the spot. So subscribe if you're interested in that, and check out my Instagram for more live streams, takeovers, Q&As I might be doing about the college application process or my high school journey. Today, we are not going to be talking about colleges in the US. I know a lot of international students are shying away from the US actually because of let's just say political uncertainty, as well as uncertainty about safety and other factors. So I had 5 of my friends who are all international students explain why they chose Canada and the UK over the US, the overall application process of Canada and the UK, as well as the stats, extracurriculars, essays that got them in to some of the top universities in Canada and the UK. So I hope this helps you gain a different perspective on things. And yeah, let's get into it.
Hi everybody, my name is Sanya. I recently committed to the University of British Columbia and I plan to major in international relations and policy management. Some of the other offers I received include Newcastle University, Queen's University Canada, Queen's Mary London, Queen's Uni Belfast, a lot of Queen's, York University, U Calgary.
Hi everyone, my name is Shruti and I will be attending the University of Toronto and hopefully majoring in economics. Apart from that, I also applied to McGill, York, and Queen's for business, and I ended up getting into all these colleges. I also applied to Nottingham, Bristol, Bath, Durham, and Queen's Mary University of London.
Hey guys, my name is Tanya and I'm going to be attending the University of Toronto this fall, hopefully studying economics and mathematics. Some of the other universities I got into are University of British Columbia, McMaster in Canada, University College London, Warwick University, Durham University, King's College London, and Bath University in the UK.
Hi, my name is Kashish Arora and I'm a first year at the University of British Columbia. I will be doing a Bachelor of Commerce with Computer Science from their business school, which is the Sauder School of Business. I applied to 13 schools in the US, 2 in Hong Kong and 2 in Canada, which was the University of Toronto and University of British Columbia.
Hi, I'm Mihika and I'll be studying biology at the University of Bristol in this fall. Some of the places I got into were UCL, Imperial College London, King's College London, and UBC and University of Toronto.
So I did apply to a lot of colleges in the US and I almost picked Babson College over the University of Toronto, but what made me pick Canada over the US as an international student was most importantly Trump.
I just genuinely don't like the US. I mean, no offense, it's not like Americans like Indians either, so.
Trump, Sarkar.
Canada was just a much safer place for international students in general.
Not getting shot while being in college.
I chose Canada firstly because working as an international citizen would have been a lot easier for me. They're pretty lenient about their work permits.
How easy it is to get jobs in Canada, especially after studying from a well-recognized college.
If you get a major in Canada, it's actually guaranteed the work permit.
The cost of attending a private university in the US were very high. Even public universities in the US were pretty expensive for being an international student.
Well, I'm paying a lot less than what my friends who are going to US are paying.
I thought that I would be able to get a better education for less pricing.
I got scholarships from both the University of Toronto as well as UBC. So from UBC, I got a full tuition scholarship,
25% scholarship from York, and $100,000 scholarship from the University of Toronto.
And also because my degree, biology, I would get my bachelor's degree in 3 years instead of 4 in the US, which would save a year of studying and money.
Student visa to obtain in the US is really hard. The visa application process, it's lengthy, it's complicated. Canada, it's relatively easier. Healthcare as well in the US is really expensive. In Canada, it's cheap, it's affordable.
Have a realistic discussion with your family about what you can afford, what you can't afford.
The main reason I picked Canada over the UK is because the programs in UK were already predefined. Canada allowed me to decide what I wanted to do, which subjects I wanted to do, which classes in those areas of study that I wanted to pursue.
Also, I got into the Bucks program at UBC, which is Business and Computer Science, which that program specifically I didn't find anywhere else, or if I did, it it was a very competitive sort of thing. It wasn't guaranteed for me.
UK, you apply through a portal called
UCAS.
UCAS.
the Universities and Colleges Admissions Service.
It'll only allow you to apply to up to 5 UK colleges.
When deciding where to apply to in the UK, the best thing to do is pick one university that you think is pretty hard to get into, that is a reach, 2 universities that seem like something you possibly could get into, and 2 universities that are very easy to get into.
For each course that you apply for, there's a specific predicted grade requirement which you have to meet in order for the school to accept you.
Look at your predicted grades or what you think you'd get and then apply. Also look at things like location,
Weather.
a big university, a big campus, lots of kids, or a smaller, suburban type of place.
Another thing is that you want to see if the university is diverse. Check if there are a lot of international students attending that university. For UK specifically, it's a little tricky because you don't apply to the college, you apply for a course in the college.
You can only send one personal statement to all of these colleges. So I'd suggest that if you were planning to apply to the UK, it's really important for you to decide what major you want to apply into, considering you're sending the same SOP to all colleges. In Canada, you can either apply using the OUAC, which stands for the Ontario University's Application Center, but this is only specific to schools in Ontario such as U Toronto, University of Waterloo, Western University, McMaster University, but not applicable to universities such as UBC. But it does make it easier for an applicant to apply to colleges, as you don't have to repeat filling up your basic information for every single college every time you apply.
For business applications in Canada, one thing to remember is they have supplemental applications. So even though you do the basic process that they have for all their students, business schools usually have a supplemental application which is timed. So you start your application, they ask you essay questions, you have to write them, and some of them even have video interviews where they pop up the question on the screen for 30 seconds and then you have 30 seconds to obviously think about it and then 45 seconds to reply to it. So that's one of the more harder parts and more competitive parts. They want someone, especially in the video interviews, that are confident, even though your answers might not be the best because you don't have enough time to think about them. It doesn't matter as long as you're able to get what you're thinking coherently.
At the end of 11th grade, I had a 36 out of 42. I felt like my predicted grade was around a 37, 38.
I scored a 36 in my 11th grade finals exam. I did an internship with a microfinance company in India, and I wrote a research paper for them that assessed various socioeconomic metrics that affected growth in that region, while also designing a KYC policy for the company and writing a lot of case studies. So this was something I mentioned in my SOP because I wanted to specialize in microfinance.
My predictive, I think, was around a 40, 41. I'm not too sure, considering our school wasn't allowed to tell us. My 11th grade scores were pretty average. It was a 36 on 42. And let's not talk about my 12th grade results.
My first year of IB, I had a 37 on 42. For business specifically, some things I spoke about in my academic essays were my achievements, but I focused it more on how those achievements make me a better fit for the university. So if we're talking about things like leadership, I led a team for an investment competition, right? And so that has business in it, has leading in it, and UBC focuses a lot on building leaders. I also did an internship at Puma, which is marketing. It was a marketing internship where I worked directly with India's CMO and her team, and we actually held out project research. So I think things like that really help you not just decide oh, maybe if that's what you want to go into, but it also helps you tell the university you have experience, you know you want to do this major, and you know you'll be successful at it. Also, one thing I did was I tried to connect my social service work to my major as well. So I spoke about how I supported this girl finish her MBA and I got funding to send her to university. I thought it would show them that I want to support women in business.
These places like the UK, Hong Kong, and Canada don't really focus that much on your extracurriculars.
It all comes down to your high school grades.
The UK only looks at your 10th grade board exam results and your 11th grade predicted results.
For Canada, they also require me to send my 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th and 12th predictive.
One really crucial component of your Canada application is your interim marks, and this is a score which you've got in the year in which you're applying. So ideally that would be the 12th grade. It's really important for your scores to boost up in this interim mark because Canadian colleges consider this grade very carefully. So if you have a low score somewhere, and if you show improvement in your interim score, then they may also offer you a scholarship, which is what happened to me.
Now, as for UCAS application, you have something known as the personal statement,
A 4,000 character essay
that you write for all 5 of the colleges.
Unlike the Common App essay, you can make it abstract and edgy, and it has to be really academic center, and you must speak about the subject.
why you like the subject.
What are the internships or like extracurricular activities that link to this course?
What you plan to do in the future after getting a degree there.
Pro tip, they really like it if you mention a book, like a novel that you're reading, which is related to your course.
And another really important thing that you should talk about is why the UK is ideal. The breakdown between the personal statement and the grades you send to the UK is a 40-60, where 40% attention is given to your SOP.
The UCAS statement should be your goal. I was having trouble writing it, so I looked at this website called Studential, which has millions of examples for personal statements under like subject headings. So people who apply to business, you've got their business statements, biology, everything, and a lot of them also tell you which unis they got into with that statement. So that was really helpful.
Canada, on the other hand, it depends on which university you're applying to.
Well, I applied to Queen's in York for business, and I had to write supplemental essays for those, right? But I didn't write any supplemental essays for McGill.
It's important to focus on your qualities, and you can be real about it. I think one thing that they don't want to hear is that, yeah, you work too hard, you're too focused. They want to know why or how you became the person that you are.
I wrote about like how I come from a strong line of independent women because like my grandfather died at like a really young age and they had to like fend for themselves during a really sexist period of time and stuff. And I spoke about how that's impacted me. I speak about how like my parents work a lot, so I'm left like home alone a lot, but that like led me to become independent. I kind of just want to get an insight on who you are, what kind of person you are. Don't talk about how you're like a funny person and stuff. You're gonna want to talk about skills that would make you like advantages towards the college.
For applying for a Canadian visa, there are 2 methods, the regular way or SES. The regular is a pretty simple, straightforward process, however, it takes much longer. The SES way, however, only takes 20 days.
You're gonna want to do that because it processes your visa faster, but in that you have a set of requirements that like make you eligible enough to apply to STS.
I had to do a health checkup. I had to write a letter stating why I want to go to Canada.
You have to pay your entire first year tuition in full, not first term, whole of first year. And lastly, you have to have a GIC, which is a general investment certificate, which is up to like $100,000 of Canadian dollars. You have to deposit that in your Canadian bank account.
You also need to prove your English proficiency.
Take the IELTS, not the TOEFL, because you need the IELTS as an international citizenship to get your visa.
It's important that you start doing this way early and that you're really organized, because trust me, if I see a form, any form, financial form, student visa form, any form I have to fill out, I'm gonna start crying. While I was doing my student visa application, I was crying and filling out the forms.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
So I suggest you use an agency. They'll get all the work done for you.
In the UK, you apply for a Tier 4 visa, which is your student study visa. And the university, what they do once you are unconditional offer is that they give you a CAS number, which is a confirmation of acceptance of your studies, and you provide that in your application, which they recognize that you're attending the university, and they give you your visa.
Yeah, good luck. I hope you get into university if you're a senior or a junior. If you're lower than that, don't stress about college.
That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, reach out to me, follow me on my Instagram, anything. I will see you guys next time.